Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Jess. So I had a lot of thoughts today about some videos I've been watching. I follow HRH Collection, so Alex, she is like, I think she's so cool, guys. Like, she's such a powerful lady. Like, I know she gets really angry, but I actually love that. Like, she makes me feel like, you know, she actually inspires me to stick up for myself. So yeah, and Erica's Girly World actually reacted to one of her videos recently called, I think it was like something like designer handbags are dead, and I thought that was a really cool topic. So I thought I'd talk about whether I think designer handbags are dead or whether they're gonna become less popular in the coming years, because well guys, if you don't know anything about me, I collect designer handbags and I work in a consignment store, so I help sell people second-hand bags, and yeah, I'm basically obsessed with handbags. So to think about that designer handbags are dead, it was, I guess, an interesting topic. Now, I think Alex and Erica brought up some things that really made me think. One of the things was the luxury experience. So Erica pointed out that now we have to line up outside of Chanel and, like, you know, wait to go in, and gone are the days of, like, you know, walking in and just browsing and then leaving, and, you know, there's things available. I'm going to say probably mainly Louis Vuitton and Chanel. It's really hard to get what you want now. You have to play games. You have to be a certain tier of client. You have to buy things to prove yourself, and they're kind of chasing Hermes in a way, which, to be honest, is really, I feel like it's kind of embarrassing for brands like that, like to be chasing Hermes in terms of prices and also in terms of the way that they try and sell their products. So a lot of brands are going down this road of holding off on offering people hot items and getting them to spend a lot of money in hopes of scoring a certain piece. And for someone who has, I guess someone like Erica's Girly World or Alex from HRH Collection, or someone who has been collecting handbags for quite some time, to then have to play this game to obtain a Chanel bag, like, it's just kind of like a joke. Like, knowing what it was like many years ago, like just being able to walk in and, you know, it was a special thing to go to Chanel. Like, it was always really expensive. It's not something that you buy every day. Recently, guys, I think probably because of the pandemic, there's not much stock, and also the popularity has skyrocketed. I think particularly in, like, Australia, maybe even America. And that is because of social media. So if you see, like, I guess before 2010 or whatever, luxury handbags like, you know, Chanel and all that, they probably weren't as saturated on Instagram. I don't know, for someone it seems like Chanel bags are just normal at this point, and that, like, people are just buying them every day. But actually, in reality, guys, like, they're not. But because we feel like they are, when you see, like, when you put on a Chanel bag or like a Posh & Matisse or like a Neverfull, it kind of just makes you feel like you're losing your unique style in a way, and you're just kind of following the crowd or being like a sheep. And I kind of, yeah, I feel like in a way I do agree with that a little bit. Personally, I do sometimes like to buy bags that no one else, or I don't see anyone else with. I tend to gravitate towards bigger bags, and for my own life, I actually find that certain designer bags are kind of like too much, and it's just not relevant to my life even. So maybe in a way, maybe Erica and Alex, I guess, just feel like the designer bags aren't relevant anymore, because they're everywhere on social media, and they also, you kind of associate it with, like, you know, you're trying to prove yourself in a way, maybe wearing a designer bag, and it's just like not as tasteful anymore when you've seen it on so many people. It's not as cool anymore because it's just become normal. Maybe there's that. And it's not only that, but the taste of having to wait in a line for ages to beg to get a bag. It's kind of like why are we doing this? Like, no, we don't need this. And it's also the prices now. So the way that they're increasing the prices is just like, why? It's because of the demand. And because the demand is so high, because everybody is obtaining these bags, it's making it less special. I think it really depends on what country you live in as well and what your culture is, because I know in places like Japan, it is really kind of like more part of their culture to buy new bags all the time and sell, you know, old season bags, and they're really about keeping up with the trends. In like countries like Australia, like the locals here, I don't think that the designer bag phase or like the obsession with the designer bags has really been a thing until maybe the last 10 years or so, and especially maybe the last 3 years, it's really boomed. So there's been a real desire for people to buy luxury bags, and with every like extreme boom, there's gonna be like a point where I think it's probably gonna like backfire and go down again. So it's possible that this is just a short-term boom with designer handbags. It depends on where you live and what your beliefs are, but I think for the masses, like the mainstream, maybe the designer handbag thing is getting a little bit old and tired, and I do think that the prices are starting to exclude a lot of people. So a lot of people are just going to give up, and it's not going to be like a cool thing anymore. Interesting to see if people do become uninterested in designer bags in the next few years because they're just over this, you know, designer handbag obsession. Then it'll be interesting to see if the pre-love market does dive a little bit and it goes down. But if it doesn't, if people continuously become obsessed with handbags like they are in this handbag collecting thing, like I am still obsessed with collecting handbags, guys, like if that continues, it will be interesting to see if the prices continuously keep going up, because as time goes by, and as I see, like, you know, Chanel bags are getting even harder to get in the boutique. At Hermes, you're gonna have to be spending even more to be offered like a Kelly 25 or something. So that will affect the pre-love market. The prices will go up if the desirability stays intact. But if people just start giving up and like we stop playing these games in the boutique and whatever, then yeah, the prices might go down eventually, right? It only makes sense, but I don't think it will be for some time. Maybe eventually designer handbags will be dead, but I think in the short term, everybody is still a little bit hypnotized by luxury bags, and maybe like in the masses, it's not going to be dead for a while. But I think people who can kind of see the crap, see through the crap, maybe a lot of people are going to be over designer handbags, and they're probably going to be wanting to spend their money on other things at this point, because I mean, like, yeah, I don't really think it's almost worth buying a designer handbag in the store if you're going to have to line up and, you know, be treated like crap and be, you know, intimidated to spend more money than you want to. I just don't think that's really fun or luxurious, and there's really no point. So I've been gravitating towards more second-hand bags and vintage and exploring, you know, those more unique pieces that no one else can find. And I enjoy finding little treasures and stuff. So that's what I found. Like, I'm really, like, probably the last 2 months, I'm really uninterested with, like, upcoming Louis Vuitton bags that are coming out. Like, I've talked about them and I've considered whether I would buy them, but there's nothing really that I'm loving, which is surprising for me. And even for new Chanel, like the heart-shaped bag and stuff, I just don't want to spend that much on a heart-shaped bag or whatever. And that's just me, guys. Like, I'd rather find something unique, like I don't know, like a weird two-faced Chanel bag, like this weird old bag from the 90s. Like, it's something that you don't really see a lot of people with, so that's why I like it. Even though it's a classic, it's kind of like a weird classic. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think. Do you find yourself uninterested in designer handbags lately, or do you think that they're dead or dying? I'd love to know. Yeah, I mean, for me, I just want to buy cool things still, but probably I've never really apart from the multi-pochette, I really am not like an it bag person. Like I don't get really sucked into those Instagram bags. But even the Chanel Classic Flap, guys, it is at a point where I'm kind of like, I don't really wear them as much. I wear my jumbo bags, but yeah, I don't think I would sell them because they're so expensive. But yeah, I kind of understand what the point of view that Alex and Erica are coming from. So yeah, I just thought it was an interesting topic, and thanks for listening to my blabby video today. Thanks for listening to me, and I'll see you next time. Bye!